In part 1, I covered the broad theme of explorers driven to find new worlds and establish their visions of utopia. Every individual has his own ideas of utopia, so therefore this never works, as is the case of Allie Fox in The Mosquito Coast. Now let's focus in on Allie Fox himself. I bet anybody who has seen this movie came out of it with a strong opinion of him. He has a strong personality. He looks like an ordinary fellow, but we just can't help noticing his self-confidence and belief in openly sharing his ideas to anybody within earshot. I'll admit right now that I think Allie Fox is a fascinating character. Is he the way he is just because he wants to be different? How much of what he says is truly what he believes, and how much is just to get his way? Who is Allie Fox? I'll go over some of the same points as part 1, but only because they fit these points as well.
Nobody ever thinks of leaving this country. I do. I think about it every day. I'm the last man.
Allie thinks of himself as the last man, the one who will save civilization, the last one who knows how. Allie's son Charlie thinks of his father as a genius. He listens to Allie rant on and soaks it all in. Charlie is the eldest son and is clearly Allie's favorite child. Charlie is the apparent heir of Allie's genius. Jerry is Allie's second son. He's always unsure of his father, his visions, and his intentions. He's not the believer Charlie is, and is therefore mostly ignored by Allie. I have to point out that this story is being told from the perspective of Charlie. Charlie, being very much like his father, is misogynistic. We never learn his mother's name. She is just referred to as Mother, her sole role in the family and the movie. The same goes with the twin daughters. They are referred to as April and Clover in the closing credits, but I don't believe that either one is called by name during the movie. They hardly matter in Charlie's narrative. Charlie, with his bias towards his father, is not an entirely credible narrator. So what do Mother and the daughters think of Allie? It doesn't matter, and they all seem very accepting of this. Mother is happy when Allie is happy.
Look at him go. I love him when he's like that.
Most people outside the family who know Allie think he's the town nut. Reverend Spellgood seems to think Allie is a false prophet, or perhaps even the devil, who poisons the ears of those who listen. When Allie brought civilization in the form of farming, organized housing, and finally ice and air conditioning to a village in the Belize jungle, the indigenous people there thought he was a god. Deep down inside, this is what Allie wanted all along. For an all too short period, all was well with Allie when his vision appeared to come to reality, and it was all due to him.
I see civilization! That's why I'm here! That's why I came!
Which basically makes Allie a megalomaniac. He has a god complex. Allie talks and talks and talks. He hears only himself, and this conditions him into believing he is a god.
It's like a human's insides. Entrails and vitals. See, that's his digestive system, circulatory system, respiration, lungs, fatty tissue, kidneys, the ammonia. That's his plasma.
Allie can create a person, aka Fat Boy.
You know what they got down there? Geothermal energy, all the juice they need 5,000 feet under the surface. It's the Earth's belly button.
The Earth's belly button. Allie's position is that He can control even the Earth. The Earth has human parts, like Fat Boy.
Give me a hand.
Even Mr. Polsky's employees call Allie father.
Father, great man. He's my father, too. We all his children.
I've tinkered a bit with the Bible. It's God's owner's handbook, isn't it? Except it doesn't work.
The Bible doesn't work. Allie feels he can make this judgment.
Here. Let me take the wheel.
Against regulation.
Regulation? What regulation?
It's my launch. I steer, you passenger.
Allie wants the wheel. The need for control. Allie gets his way. He takes the wheel as if it's his boat.
Oh, is that so? I didn't know the Lord was franchising in the neighborhood.
The Reverend looks a little hot. Perhaps some cold tea, Allie?
Mother?
The Lord sent me here, Mr. Fox.
That's what I love about you people, your complete lack of presumption. The Lord hasn't any idea this place exists. If he did, he would have done something for these people a long time ago, but he didn't. I did.
Allie.
Allie and Spellgood argue. Allie lambasts his lack of presumption. He also speaks as if he replaced God. He didn't. I did.
United States, that way! Let's go home. Let's go home.
The family being excited to go home means loss of control to Allie. Notice how he regains his control. He uses fear as a tool to control. He tells his family America doesn't exist anymore.
We could take that Pipanto up the coast to Mosquito.
We could walk down the beach to Panama.
Or we could walk up the beach to Cape Cod.
Yes! We can go to Cape Cod. We can go to Cape Cod.
No! No! We cannot go back.
Why?
Because it's not there anymore. America's not there anymore.
In order to perpetuate his own delusion that he is a god, Allie feeds his megalomania by turning negative situations positively with the tool of rationalization.
Hated it. Positively hated it. Absolute contempt. But I'm glad of that. That's what really gets me cooking on the front burners. What would have happened if he liked it? Then I really would have been worried. Then I'd have gone back to bed.
Can you see the town yet, Allie?
Yes! Yes! Perfect! It's perfect! Everything we need is here. Right here.
I'm sorry.
I'm happy. We're free.
An ordeal is a square deal. That's an interesting quote. Who said that? Theodore Roosevelt? Or was that Allie Fox?
I've got control!
Haddies! We could go downstream to Haddies!
No! Dead things go downstream, Mother! Life is upstream!
With yet another disaster happening and all seemingly lost again, we get "I've got control" as Allie quickly regains his confidence with the found spark plugs and gasoline. We know this is false because the plugs and gas came from Mr. Hottie and Charlie. Allie did not have control.
Doing this for all of us.
Beautiful country, eh, Mother? We can live anywhere around here. Live like kings.
I know what you're thinking.
You're thinking it's better upstream.
Beautiful country, eh, Mother? And Allie goes right back to thinking he can make everything right. Spellgood and his own God complex.
And Pharaoh said,
Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice and let you, Israel, go?
Does Spellgood see the people of Geronimo as Israel, meaning slaves?
Look, barbed wire. It's a Christian concentration camp.
Allie notes the barbed wire around his property and calls it a Christian concentration camp. Spellgood's upset that his people forsook him for Allie. Spellgood's beliefs are opposite of Allie's. Spellgood sees life as a burden, where one must accept one's place in it and endure. Spellgood is just the man to give comfort to the people that God will ease their burdens. Allie believes that problems in life are there to be fixed. Allie is the man up to the task. Both men are megalomaniacs. When Allie confronts Spellgood, whom he sees as a foe, note how the camera angle depicts him like a gunfighter, fingering his hammer as if he's about to be in a quick draw.
I surely like this color.
I find the blue and yellow clothing interesting. Notice how almost everybody wears blue and or yellow except Allie and Charlie, who mostly wear tan and green. They see themselves as separate from the others. Even Spellgood and his two men with him are in yellow or blue. Throughout the movie, there are clues or omens that betray the thought that all is right with Allie and his visions. Shadows creeping, a broken down ancient temple. I mentioned these in part 1.
What is it? I think something's going to happen. Like what? Something terrible.
Charlie, your father is the worst kind of pain in the neck. A know-it-all who's sometimes right. I've come to see he's a dangerous man, Charlie. You tell him that he's a dangerous man. Tell him he is a dangerous man. And one of these days he's going to get you all killed.
Upside Down Pyramid on Fat Boy counters the idea that Allie and Fat Boy are at the top of things.
We can take your Omega, Father.
Allie's watch is an Omega, meaning the end. The raft looks like a fish skeleton. Raft of death.
Don't you turn against me, Mother.
You're killing us, Daddy. You're killing us.
You've always been against me. You're no better than these kids.
Tyrant at the end. You think of socialist utopias that quickly turn into tyrannies. USSR, China, Cuba, Venezuela.
I can't move. Just my head.
You'll get better.
Man sprang from a faulty world, Charlie. It's a bad design, the human body. Skin's not thick enough. Too little hair, no claws or fangs. We weren't meant to stand upright. Exposes our heart and genitals.
Allie realizes he's just a man at the end. It's hard to think of it this way, but the world needs its Allie Foxes. It needs people who do what everyone else thinks is crazy. It's those like Fox who wake people up and ultimately inspire others. Progress doesn't come institutionally from governments or corporations. It comes from risk takers with self-serving motives and flaws.